We want to thank everybody here. This is obviously a super important time for us here in the month of May, where we celebrate Older Americans Month. And so we like to kind of celebrate all of the inclusions with the military and Memorial Day at the end of the month. So we want to thank everybody for coming here. Just real quick, before we get into everybody, get into the band here from Seminole, South Seminole Academy. We have the band here as well as the choir. So they're going to, and we also have the ROTC here with us as well. So we're going to do a few military drills, some singing, some playing, everybody for your enjoyment. So it'll be a nice, wonderful morning, and then we'll have a few honorees that we would like to honor after our performances. And so we want to welcome you guys and sit back and enjoy.
Represent our military personnel, for those who have participated with our armed forces, with our country. We thank you so much for everything that you have done. If you would please stand as we sing the national anthem.
March. March on, march. Company, halt. Left, face. Order.
did want to take 2 seconds to say thank you. This gentleman's been around 100 years?
Yes.
My God. Hey, and you're serving the Lord as well. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly.
Left face. Right face. About face. About face. Right shoulder, arms. Left shoulder, arms. Present, arms. Order, arms. Floor, arms. Order, arms. 15 count manual arms.
Cadet Creed.
I am an Army Junior ROTC cadet. I will always conduct myself to bring credit to my family, country, school, and the Corps of Cadets. I am loyal and patriotic. I am the future of the United States of America. I do not lie, cheat, or steal, and will always be accountable for my actions and deeds. I will always practice good citizenship and patriotism. I will work hard to improve my mind and strengthen my body. I will seek the mantle of leadership and stand prepared to uphold the Constitution and the American way of life. May God grant me the strength to live by the street. Hurrah!
As Mr. Brown said, Lou here celebrated his 100th birthday last month. And he is I got a chance to meet him last week at his favorite Mission Barbecue location, where they honor him all the time, and I was just so surprised. And I know the Casselberry Golf Club has honored him with free rounds of golf for perpetuity, and he takes advantage of that at least twice a week. But Lou here was a World War II veteran with the U.S. Airborne Air Corps. So he's gonna just has a few things to say to you guys, and so we'd just like to welcome him up here to say a few things.
You don't need it if you don't want it.
I hope you can all hear me without this, because I need my hands to look at my notes.
Yes, you're good.
Okay. That's what happens when you need reading glasses and writing glasses. These are my reading glasses, okay. Well, hello everyone, to begin with. Last month, on the 6th of April, I became 100 years old. My daughters Barb and Karen were there, and they threw me a party outside of this world. So I thank them too for that too. Today, I'm going to bring you back to my part in World War II. When, why, and how I became involved in it. It started in 1942 when I graduated from high school. The war was going on in Europe, and we in the United States were realizing that we were going to be involved in it. At that time, the Navy was starting a naval aviation group called the Flying Mohicans. And this is a navigator group made of people from the Mohawk Valley. So a group of guys, one of which was me, who graduated, like we like to enlist and be part of the war. So when we tried to sign up, we found out they had reached their quota. So we had to just wait and see what happens. And in the meantime, what happens, Uncle Sam pointed his finger at me and says, "You're drafted." So I became drafted. And that was later part of 1942. So after going through basic training and schooling, I was assigned to the 364th Fighter Group. They had started a group in California with the 383rd, 384th, and 385th. I was with the 383rd Fighter Squadron. The squadrons had been trained with P-38. These are the fighter planes we started out with. And having taken up typing in high school, I was classified as a clerk typist and was assigned to the 383rd Orderly Room. After the group decided they were ready for duty, they made arrangements to be sent overseas. We took a troop train from California to the East Coast, and all the people who were going overseas were assigned bunks in the cabins aboard the ship. They had converted the Queen Elizabeth to be a troop ship it was estimated there were 4,500 people of all, all branches of service was going overseas. We arrived in Glasgow, Scotland, our group, and began the trip to our base at Bury St. Edmunds at Huntington Air Force Base, 70 miles north of London. When we arrived at the base, we found out they changed our planes from P-38s to P-51s. Now, you know, airplanes, you know there's a different type of planes. The 38s had twin fuselages with pilot in the middle, one person. The 51s had wings, one pilot in the middle, and that was it. Anyway, when we arrived at base, they said the 51s were better suited to where we were at, because in our case here, we would escort bombers to Europe, and we'd start out with we find out where the zones were and their cover, and we'd take care of their cover, because what happened is the bomber took off first, and after say about a half an hour or so, our fighter pilots took off, and they had it scheduled so that they would get together with the bombers about the time that the German fighters would get to take over and go after our bombers. Anyway, when this was, they decided we were ready to discharge, they had a point system. In our case, planes flew over any part of the enemy territory, we received 5 points. And after 2 years, our unit had accumulated approximately 85 points. At about that time, the war in Europe had turned against Germany, and the big push to become aggressive. We all were sent to the flight lines to paint the planes. What happened was that the ground crew in Normandy they'd shoot at planes. So in order to keep them from shooting our planes, we painted a strip of white underneath the wings, about a foot apart, so that when we flew over them to actually give them cover, they wouldn't shoot at us. So anyway, that helped us. Shortly after that, we were notified that as a group, we were relieved of our duties and went our way home. We boarded the true ship at Southampton. We were ready to go home. The name of the ship was the Queen Mary. We had both the Queens, the Queen Elizabeth coming over and the Queen Mary going back. But they weren't luxury ships, believe me. Since then, I've worked in industry and talent. I finally retired in 1985. I was sort of in limbo since then until I heard Mission Barbecue was honoring veterans. There I met Leanne, that young lady there, who's she was a sort of a community ambassador, and she does different things. I got you, thank you. Okay, she has duties with local associations and other people like police force, the fire department, and schools, bands, different people. She helps them out with food and different things. In other words, she really goes out of her way to help them. She can talk about this later. Anyway, I must also thank the City of Casselberry for honoring me at my birthday and at the event, and also making me a Gulf member. I mean, that in fact is the main part, because I love to play golf. So anyway, I thank you all, and I appreciate you inviting me here. Thank you.